At first light on the morning of Friday, May 3rd, I set off on the 15-hour drive from Wichita, Kansas to the Salt Fork State Park Lodge in Cambridge, Ohio for the 2024 Ohio Bigfoot Conference. It had been 5 years since my previous attendance in 2019, so needless to say, I couldn't wait for my return to this great event.
I've been acting like a wild man, sleeping like a child. You're so luminous and vibrant, I'm always in bloom for you. Always in bloom, always in bloom for you.
On this road trip, I was joined by my dad, my younger brothers, Jackson and Easton, and our sister, Cody. And after driving for about 15 hours, we finally made it to Salt Fork State Park. Arriving at the lodge just before dark, we unloaded our bags and checked into our room. While we missed some of the pre-conference events, including a hike through the park and a VIP dinner, we made it just in time for the meet and greet, during which lodge guests could have some one-on-one discussion with the conference speakers. Tired from the long drive in, we headed off to our lodge room for some much-needed rest.
I'm always in bloom, always in bloom for you.
The next morning, we woke up before the conference began in order to pick up our VIP registration packets and prepare for the vendors to open. This conference is the largest of its kind, and with limited space in the conference hall, the Ohio Bigfoot Conference sells VIP tickets for those who wish to be seated in the main conference room, as well as overflow tickets at a discounted price, which allows attendees to view the lectures from a large video monitor in a separate room. But this year, we were fortunate enough to snag some VIP tickets before they sold out. VIPs were also granted access to the vendors' tables a full hour before other guests. Whereas in previous years, the vendors were all located on a single floor, this year they were spread out across 3 floors, which provided more space to walk around without it feeling too crowded.
Maybe it's the beat, maybe it's the beer. All running through the forest, I don't wear no boot. Cause I'm the living legend that they call Bigfoot. Hey, and taking my time, I don't need no watch. Cause I'm the timeless creature that they call Sasquatch. Hey!
The Ohio Bigfoot Flea Market, as it's been called, is one of my favorite aspects of this event, as it allows guests the opportunity to speak with a variety of Bigfoot celebrities and personalities and pick up any number of Bigfoot knickknacks for their collections. And I am no exception. Alright guys, check this out. Picked up some sweet vendors items. First, I stopped by Dr. Meldrum's booth, picked up a couple of footprint casts. This one is from 1963, Laird Meadow Road in Northern California, cast by Roger Patterson. And while Roger Patterson's book, Do Abominable Snowmen of America Really Exist, dates this cast to 1964, the back of the original cast dated it to 1963. So it can be assumed that Roger Patterson just made an error in his book. And it's believed that this print was made by the same foot that made the original 1958 Jerry Crew Bigfoot footprints. Now, is the foot that made this that of an unknown primate in North America? Or from a set of wooden stompers? I don't know, but it sure is cool. Also from Dr. Meldrum, I picked up this 1982 Dennis Hereford track from Grays Harbor County, Washington. This is one of the more well-known Bigfoot footprints out there, and I believe the total number of prints found in this particular find is 10? It was 8, then it was 9. I think it's up to 10 now tracks that have been uncovered from this event. Of course, signed by Dr. Meldrum. Very cool. Always a pleasure to talk with Dr. Meldrum, even if it's only just for a couple of minutes. I also picked up this sweet Bigfoot hat from Cliff. Always great to catch up with Cliff at these conferences. I also got to meet for the first time Adam Davies and Matt Pruitt, from whom I picked up a few books. Both gents were very nice. Yeah, very cool. I'm loving it here. So with that, let's get back to the conference. Before long, it was time for the attendees to funnel into the conference rooms, where the master of ceremonies, cryptozoologist, adventurer, and all-around cool guy, Adam Davies, introduced the speakers. At 11 a.m., researcher Matt Pruitt gave his talk about the Sasquatch phenomenon as a whole, and discussed what he believes to be the most likely explanation for the origin of the legend. At 12:15 p.m., Finding Bigfoot co-host and curator of the North American Bigfoot Center, Cliff Barackman, gave a presentation on his 2023 field investigations and research findings at the NABC. At 1:45, North Carolina State University's Darby Orcutt discussed his upcoming DNA project that aims to analyze various anomalous DNA samples that have been collected throughout North America. At 3 p.m., producer Doug Hychek talked about his work on such documentary projects as Sasquatch Legend Meets Science and Monster Quest, and he provided some updates on the work that's going into Legend Meets Science 2. At 4:15, the Ohio Bigfoot Conference held an auction to allow VIPs access to purchase some of the rarer items that the event had for sale. And at 5 p.m., a dinner break was called, providing a casual reprieve from the busy conference venue. At 7 p.m., we all filed back into the conference room for the final speaker of the event, Idaho State University's Dr. Jeff Meldrum, who discussed Sasquatch behavior, anatomy, and the ecological niche that such a species could viably occupy.
A round of applause for this outstanding man, Dr. Jeffrey Meldrum. I also want to say thank you so much for being a wonderful audience today.
Wrapping up the night, a bonfire was held behind the lodge, available for all in attendance to gather around under the night sky of Salt Fork State Park for some late-night fun. Early Sunday morning, we awoke in our lodge room and began preparations for the drive back to Kansas. We were unable to attend the final event of the conference, a Q&A panel featuring all of the speakers from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., because my brothers had school to get back to Monday morning and I had semester finals. I utilized these final moments of my conference experience to walk around the beautiful forests of Salt Fork State Park and reflect on my time here. With 5 years since I previously attended the Ohio Bigfoot Conference, and 10 years since my very first time attending, I was so pleased that I was able to make it to the 2024 conference. When I first attended this conference in 2014, I was only 14 years old, just finishing up 8th grade and getting ready to enter high school. Now, I'm a 24-year-old college student working towards a degree in organismal biology. While there have certainly been some hard times and bumps in the road, in that time frame, I've been fortunate to experience some amazing adventures with some equally amazing people. Moments like these serve as beautiful reminders that life is fleeting. 5 years, 10 years even, can pass in the blink of an eye, and all we're left with are the friends and the memories we've made along the way. That's what these conferences and conventions are all about, after all. Making new friends and spending time with old friends. This trip highlighted for me just how much can change in 10 years, that every day is a gift to be cherished and shared with the people that we cherish most. And I'm grateful to all of the people who have had a hand in shaping the person that I am today. Thank you, Ohio Bigfoot Conference, for the incredible memories. And until next time, thanks for watching.
We're living in a Bigfoot world, buddy, can you see? We're living in a Bigfoot world, he's there for you and me. Oh, Tommy and Malone, he sings his Bigfoot song, strums his guitar as we sing along. We're living in a Bigfoot world, buddy, can you see? We're living in a Bigfoot world, just sing along with me. I'll sing my song tonight, hum a little tune, to think of Bigfoot under that bright moon. We're living in a Bigfoot world, but will time